Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading Obama Knew. The then president wanted to know everything the FBI was doing in the Russian probe, by Matthew Vadum, on FrontPage Magazine, posted February 8, 2018. Matthew Vadum, senior vice president at the investigative think tank Capital Research Center, is an award-winning investigative reporter and author of the book Subversion Inc. How Obama's Acorn Red Shirts Are Still Terrorizing and Ripping Off American Taxpayers. Former President Obama wanted to know everything the FBI was doing in its investigation into claims that Russia was interfering in the 2016 election. A new report suggests, raising the specter of a sitting president becoming involved in a plot to rig the 2016 election. It was a year ago the outlines of a Watergate-like conspiracy emerged in which a term-limited Democratic president used the privacy-invading apparatus of the state to spy on a Republican presidential candidate. Watergate differed in that President Nixon didn't get involved in the plot against the Democrat National Committee until later as an accomplice after the fact. But this new evidence suggests Obama may have been part of a sinister anti-democratic cabal from the beginning. The assertion that Obama wanted to know everything we're doing came in a private September 2nd, 2016 text message from FBI lawyer Lisa Page to FBI agent Peter Strzok, with whom she was having an extramarital affair at the time. The exact message, time-stamped 1:50 p.m., reads, "Yes, BC POTUS wants to know everything we are doing." In a separate, previously revealed text message to Page, Strzok wrote something cryptic about an insurance policy in case Donald Trump got elected. Some have speculated he was referring to the salacious, unverified dossier the DNC paid Rent-a-Spy Christopher Steele to compile that purports to show Trump's nefarious links to Russia. At one point, the foul-mouthed Trump-hating duo whose text messages show a visceral contempt for Republican voters both worked for special counsel Robert Mueller, who has been investigating the still unsubstantiated conspiracy theory that then-candidate Donald Trump somehow colluded with Russia to throw the presidential contest his way. Senator Ron Johnson, Republican, Wisconsin, chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee that released the emails between Page and Strzok yesterday, told NBC News that the texts were totally candid, unvarnished, and just raised an awful lot of questions. In a report accompanying the release of the emails, Johnson says that the September 2nd, 2016 text came in the context of a discussion about preparing talking points for then FBI Director James Comey to use when briefing President Obama. But it isn't clear from the message thread alone which investigation, Clinton emails or perhaps Russians interfering with the U.S. election, that the talking points are connected with. Even if it were clear, the idea of such a briefing would still present bad political optics. John Nolte notes at Breitbart News, "The whole idea of an FBI director preparing talking points for the president on such a sensitive issue is bound to raise questions. So too Obama's apparent involvement in an ongoing investigation directly involving one of his former cabinet members and possible successor." Chairman Johnson suggests somewhat weakly that the Comey briefing discussed was about Clinton and her emails. Clinton used the hacker-friendly homebrew servers while running the State Department to conceal the corrupt dealings of the anticipatory bribe clearinghouse known as the Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation, and to evade her disclosure responsibilities under the Freedom of Information Act. She also stole tens of thousands of emails that were her work product and therefore U.S. government property and destroyed them. As NBC reports, Johnson's report only says that the text may relate to the FBI's Clinton investigation, since the Justice Department had redacted other text messages that related to other investigations. An earlier text in that sequence refers to the need to develop talking points for Comey in connection with a morning meeting on the 7th. But Johnson's conclusion that the text message may relate to the Clinton email probe does not appear to be supported by the facts. It would be fair to say that the investigation discussed in the thread simply could not be the inquiry in the Clinton emails, or so argues a report in the Wall Street Journal. The newspaper reports that associates of Mr. Strzok and Miss Page said that exchange referred to the president wanting information on Russian election meddling, which the FBI was heavily involved in over that period. That exchange occurred just days before Mr. Obama met Russian President Vladimir Putin at a summit in China. The newspaper continues. Mr. Obama said in December 2016 that he had addressed the issue of tampering with the election process with Mr. Putin at that September meeting. But, and this is critically important, there was no FBI investigation into Clinton's emails at the time Page sent the message in question to Strzok. In August and September 2016, the FBI was no longer actively investigating the Clinton matter, after Mr. Comey had said that July he was recommending no criminal charges be filed. In late 2016, the FBI ramped up its investigation into Mrs. Clinton again when the Bureau learned about a potential trove of new Clinton-related emails on the computer belonging to the husband of one of her aides. Mrs. Clinton and her allies would have cited that announcements as a big factor in her election loss. Would Comey be requesting a briefing on an investigation that had already been shut down? The question answers itself. The fateful message was among tens of thousands of texts between the star-crossed lovers that were reviewed by Fox News after being released by Johnson's committee. This revelation about the 44th president might be slightly less disturbing, but for the fact that Obama assured a Fox News Channel reporter months before, in a discussion about the Clinton email matter, that interfering with criminal probes is just not who he is. I do not talk to the Attorney General about pending investigations, he said April 10th, 2016. I do not talk to FBI directors about pending investigations. We have a strict line. I guarantee it. I guarantee that there is no political influence in any investigation conducted by the Justice Department or the FBI, not just in this case, but in any case. Full stop. Period. But as we know, after suffering through 8 long years of his presidency, Obama is an exceptionally polished con man. He has a pretty well-documented track record of lying, his civil tongue a-flapping to conceal his various corrupt schemes. He used the IRS to target conservative and Tea Party nonprofits, along with Catholic, Jewish, and pro-Israel organizations. He brazenly lied about it. There was not even a smidgen of corruption at the IRS, Obama told Bill O'Reilly on Super Bowl weekend in 2014. After boasting that under his watch Al-Qaeda was on the run, it wasn't. He worked during the final phase of his re-election campaign with then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to cover up the fact that the deadly September 11th, 2012 attack on U.S. facilities in Benghazi, Libya, was perpetuated by Muslim terrorists, not some spontaneously formed mob angry about a video that put their prophet in an unflattering light. Obama told Americans that they would be able to keep their family doctors on the Affordable Care Act, also called Obamacare, and that they would save money as a result of the law. He accused surgeons of performing unnecessary amputations out of greed. Even a memoir that helped make him famous and laid the foundation for his successful career in electoral politics was filled with lies. His ghost-written autobiographical book, Dreams from My Father, was a carefully constructed mixture of truth and fiction, including invented composite characters. President Trump seemed to claim vindication on Twitter after the latest tranche of page-stroke text messages was made public. New FBI texts are bombshells. Trump tweeted in all caps at 11:10 a.m. yesterday. The president appears to be right. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. My name is John Brooker, and you can contact me through commentary on this video or through my email listed here. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you.